It was finally time to leave Majorca. Goodbye, Palenque. What a wonderful sheltered anchorage you have been. A quick firm up of the travel plans with Five Gone Sailing, who would be our buddy boat for our passage across to Menorca.
You're going to go to where John and Lane are? Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Send me a pin to where you're thinking of going tonight, so we know.
Goodbye to the party house on a hill. It was featured in The Night Porter, if you've ever seen that programme. I actually haven't, but I have seen the Majorca Files, and it was in the latest season of that.
It started slow, but now we are sailing beautifully, which is lovely. The thing we're finding around here in the Med is that we used to need a bit more wind than this, because the sea's flat. It's fine. And yeah, so we're cracking along, like between 6 and 7 knots. Having said that, we have now got a good solid force 3, maybe even force 4. Five Gone Sailing are just behind us. About 2 miles behind us. I don't think they're going to catch us now.
It was such a calm passage that we could nap in the hammock. When not on watch, of course.
Majorca and Menorca.
There really is nothing else to report. It was a comfortable passage. We averaged 4.8 knots and it took about 7 hours, 12 minutes. Melody were making good time, so the race was on.
So the race is on.
It's never a race, but it's always a race. We arrived at Cala Sescala. That was our anchorage for the night, and we got straight into the water. We wanted to film our new Viking anchor as it dropped and as we dug it in.
Under me! You go over there! Yeah! We're just having fun filming it!
And so to reverse the boat to set the anchor.
Awesome. She was on full power. The anchor is held. Okay! Finished!
And some bonus footage.
Bonus! Guess what I just saw? Just what I saw. No! You guys better come in the water.
So beautiful! It's so beautiful!
So beautiful. Patrick, can you lend me a hand? I've dropped a flipper. Do you mind getting my flipper for me?
It was a little bit further than everyone thought.
Need a bit of breath. Oh, here.
A few more attempts, and eventually Foot and Finn were reunited. And a beautiful moon to finish off a lovely day.
We're about to see the sort of thing that Kel thinks is well fun. So we're in 6 metres of water below the keel, which comes to 8.3. Once you add on the bowsprit as well, we've got about 9.5, maybe even 10 metres of angle. That is like the 10 metres up, which means technically we need 40 metres out to have a 4:1 ratio. Anyway, we're going to go down to about 30, so we've got about 30 metres out. and then we're going to have a little play with the anchor, because the anchor's set the other direction. Overnight the wind shifted and the chain's in a bit of a loop. You're going to see that on the floor of the sea. The chain's looped, so we're actually not hanging on the anchor, we're hanging on the chain. But anyway, we're going to reverse and see how the anchor resets under the water. So hopefully the anchor's going to twist under the sand and reset itself to the new orientation as I reverse on the boat. Full revs on this boat is about the same as a 4.6.7 in terms of wind, in terms of pressure on the hull. So that'll be good. And then what I'm going to do next is then pull the chain up, and Kelly's going to film under the water as the anchor gets pulled up by the chain pulling tight. You guys excited? Kelly's delighted. You should see her slightly excited face. Come on, Kelly, everyone. Show everyone your excited face. She loves this sort of stuff. She loves it. This is why she married me. She said, I want to marry that man so we can do cool 8 in the morning anchor experiments. That's set 3 to 1. So I'm now going to reverse the boat and you're going to film as the anchor chain pulls round and hopefully the anchor resets. Okay? You've got a good angle? Happy?
Yeah.
That's good for you. Just said I'm happy.
For some reason, the camera was playing up and it kept interspersing footage with just a black screen. And then when it stopped doing that, it had got this smudge on the lens and it looks like we're trying to censor the anchor for some reason. It wasn't very successful. We will try again another day.
Got a flat sea, got 15 knots of wind, from the reef's in. I need to slightly tighten the Genoa sheet before I turn around and show you this, but anyway, stinking the Danes, I'm going to catch them. Melody, this is Esperance, we are coming for you, over.
Esperance, this is Melody, yeah, right, give it a go, but you won't catch us.
Game on! So these conditions are amazing. In fact, we just had 17 knots and now we're down to 3. And it's all to do with the fact that we've got southerly wind blowing over the island of Menorca and we're on the north coast. And there's all this land behind us, so we just got, yeah, we're basically just dead in the water. Anyway, keep it all safe, look after the boat. Problem about pulling this too tight is if we do suddenly get a big gust, it's going to heel us over very quickly. But that's my job, to keep an eye on the water, because you can see on the surface of the water out there what's going on with the wind, and there's a bit of wind over there, so that's where hopefully we'll make our way at this very tempting speed of 1.5 knots. This wind is crazy. It was flat. We're now doing between 6 and 7 knots, and Melody are sat a mile over there and they're like a sitting duck. But anyway, they've been ahead of us for a long time. We're now making massive gains on them, and I took the gamble and we've come further out and we're about half a mile further offshore, and there's definitely a more stable wind out here, but fingers crossed it holds, and in 5 minutes time they're not laughing at us. You can see in front of us Melody just about to go over a calm patch, and we're going to see their spinnaker, which is lovely and full right now, suddenly start flapping. That is my prediction. Let's go and find out. There we go, they're just coming onto it, and you can see behind them the catamaran who's in that calm patch, and they're not bothering trying to sail at all. Completely floppy. And I can hear from our wake that we slowed down. I'm not sure how much. Beyond Melody, Kelly was pointing this out a minute ago, there's another patch of wind a couple of miles past, and those boats are heeled right over. As soon as the wind goes really light, which it will do in a moment, our sails will just become like really heavy, washing, and the wind won't keep them full. But a spinnaker will cope with very light airs and stay full, and give you a bit of lift. And the fabric is much thinner. So the whole sail probably weighs about a quarter of the amount of our Genoa. Can you guys see that absolute line in the water where the wind stops? We're nearly there and the boat's slowing down drastically. We're starting to crawl along, but we are still sailing. The sails are still just about full. But it's pretty cool. Like how you can just see that. And as you get better at sailing, you can start to use these signs and signals in the water as tools. Anyway, you'll get to see our sail set for yourself in a moment when we zoom past you. Over.
Yeah, right.
And then we caught them up. It's never a race, except it's always a race, secretly.
So, not only do we have 5 gone sailing behind us,
Look at Kendra.
but Kendra have joined the race And they are also behind us.
Hooray!
We arrived at Fornez. I'm going to have to end this video here, as after 2 years of being so careful, I've lost 4 days of footage. And it was an eventful 4 days too. There was a storm, Hugh and Patrick had to rescue a boat that had dragged. So that's it, I'm going to have to end it here, until I find the missing footage. And then I'll come back and I'll edit the end and repost this episode. But I've looked everywhere, so I'm not holding out much hope. Bye.
Bye, go sailing!